Hello and welcome, guys. My name is Imran Ismail. I welcome the team of Chhorii. We have Vishal, we have Vikram, we have Jack with us. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
Hi, Imran. Thank you.
So today we're gonna talk about the horror drama that we have on Amazon Prime. That's called Chhorii, starring Nushrratt Bharuccha. To start with the trailer, I saw it's amazing. Okay, I got goosebumps. I get easily scared, by the way, so I got goosebumps watching the trailer. I want to know how excited are you guys for this one? Because it's a horror genre, it's coming on OTT. I want to know your thoughts to start with. Let's start with Vishal, then we go to Vikram, and then we go to Jack.
Fair to say that I'm extremely excited, a bit nervous also, because this is my first offering to the Hindi film industry. Also in a genre which has been, I would say, abused for a while, and then here we are trying to bring in something new, hoping and wishing that the audience would like the way we are presenting this particular film. So very, very mixed feelings. Big day tomorrow.
Fingers crossed. How about you, Vikram? How about you, Jack? Let's take it over to you.
I would say that I have maybe never been so excited for anything. This marks the beginning of my partnership with Vikram and Abandachia, but certainly just the beginning of it. Working with a talented director like Vishal, with a talented actor like Nushrratt. I believe in this film. I think that it's going to be something new to the horror genre for Hindi audiences. And I really think that it's a great down the middle horror piece that can deliver scares because the characters are great. And I know we haven't necessarily seen that before, but I think this is a movie that promises and then maybe even exceeds what it promises. And I think audiences are going to love it.
Oh, that's amazing. So you have to add anything, Vikram, sir?
Obviously, super excited. This is us putting our money where our mouth is. Abundancia stated almost 2 years ago that horror for us is a key focus area. And it's in many ways first for us, and in many ways repeats for us. It's a first in terms of our collaboration with Jack and Crypt TV. It's a first with Vishal and Abundancia working together. It's the first film from our horror vertical psych. But it's also a repeat collaboration with our wonderful partners at TCDs. Our fourth film in a row with Amazon Prime Video. So very excited about that. And equally excited about teaming up with Nushrratt again. I've had the good fortune to work with her in her first film, LSD, in her second film, Pyar Ka Panchnama, and now she's working with us here. So lots of reasons to be very excited and hopeful for Imran.
All right, so if you're talking about Nushrratt, I must say it's a very brave and bold choice, because I saw her in something so fresh that even I was amazed looking at her, So I want to know, like, why did you go towards Nushrratt? What Nushrratt to the project or anything? I want to know, because it's really fresh to the eyes, We haven't seen her doing this before.
I'm going to let Vishal take that and share his thoughts about, why he felt Nushrratt was right for this.
So that name actually came from Vikram sir. I had met Nushrratt 3-4 years back. So from that meeting with her, I was aware of the hunger that she has to prove herself, because she was being offered a certain kind of roles and she wanted to break away from it and do something different. And same went for me also, because I also wanted to prove something that in this genre, in this particular genre, that stories can be told differently. So that name was there in my mind. But then when Vikram sir actually put it out there, I was like, okay, I'm absolutely okay with this name, because I know she can do wonders to this particular character. And then Jack also came in, and then I think Vikram sir and Jack had a conversation, which Vikram sir will tell you about. So I think it was the only name that we thought of. When we approached her, she said yes, and that was the first and last choice. And I'm more than happy to have her on the film. I don't see it any other way.
All right, Jack, you have anything to add to it? How did you see Nushrratt performing in this one?
Yeah, I what I would add is you can only be scared when you care about the character. And in order to care about the characters, you need a great performance. This is a very difficult performance, but Nushrratt does it so beautifully because she's an incredible actor. She has the physicality, she's got the emotion, she's got the range. And I think that the audience is going to fall in love with her so quickly in the first 5-10 minutes of this film that it's going to allow the scares to really come through.
All right, so let's talk about the horror genre. Like you said, Vishal, it's overexploited, or it's very tricky to get right. But nowadays, with OTT platform and cinemas, a lot of horror movies are coming up. We've seen a lot of good horror movies coming in Bollywood right now. So when you take as a project as a director and you guys as a producer, what are the few things that you have to make sure it clicks right in the horror genre? Because it's very easy to go wrong in this particular genre.
Correct, and that has been happening for a while now. People have been abusing this genre for a while. It is only loaded with the Bollywood masala, a certain trophy format, and I think there should be more attempts to do away with this format, because this is a very different genre. It's a genre that lets viewers experience extreme emotions and extreme situations, but then it needs to be done correctly. If it's muddled with unnecessary romance and unnecessary songs and stuff like that, relief, as the industry calls it, which I don't think is necessary, because when a Hollywood film releases over here, the horror fans go for the horror and not for a relief. They want the relief can come at the end of the film, but not during the journey of the film. So I think it needs to be looked at differently. This is our attempt in that direction, and hoping that the audiences like it.
All right, Vikram sir, what about you? How as a producer you see this?
Horror works universally.
Correct.
It's one of those rare genres that operates and connects with audiences seamlessly across the globe. In fact, across formats. Not only do you see some amazingly scary work on personal devices via streaming services, OTT services, but see the impact that successful horror films like A Quiet Place 2, the Conjuring franchise, Get Out, etc., have when they release theatrically. So, uh, we've always been attracted to not just the genre, but also the fact that it's so underserved in its purest form in India. So, in many ways, this trio with all the people around us have come together to make Chhorii, our small attempt to see if there's the possibility of doing horror the way horror is successfully done the world over. So we're trying to carve out the purest form of horror and not give in to blending with other emotions or genres as has classically been the case in India.
Right. That's correctly put, sir. Jack, you have anything to add to this?
Just that I think that this genre can be elevated from a B to an A in India and in Hindi film. And I believe that we've done a very good job of that here, but of course, hopefully more to come. And that, to what Vikram said, because it's such a universal genre that can cross formats and cross cultures and cross language, I think it can be a great genre that helps Hindi film and film in India compete on the global stage. When you're talking about streaming platforms, you're talking about a global audience potentially for everything. And I think this is a great global genre which can hopefully help showcase filmmakers like Vishal and maybe even many more. And it's a great entry point for Hindi film to take its rightful place at the top of global content.
That's true. So are we going to see a universe of horror movies in this particular genre, giving you guys all coming together again, and we're going to get a similar series like a universe like
I can't speak for my partners, but I could only say that I would love it. I would love that. I would work with these two gentlemen time and time again. And, when I struck my partnership with Vikram, it was the hope that it would be many projects. And this first project has exceeded my expectations, both creatively, the team we got involved. So, my answer is I certainly hope so.
All right. Okay, that's a good news, right? Vishal and Vikram, what do you have to say?
Absolutely. I mean, you can't ask for more when you have a quality pedigree creator like Jack talk about the Indian market and about our collaboration like this. The other thing that bolsters my confidence in the genre is the fact how well it connects with the younger audience. And
That's true.
we know that that's the audience that's going to consume content in theaters as well as on their devices on streaming video. So I think the possibilities are endless when it comes to creating more and more engaging content between Jack and myself, and giving Vishal's vision of telling scarier stories frequently.
Right, that's true. Okay, so I want to talk about the OTT boom that's been happening in India right now. People are consuming content like never before. A lot of things are happening on OTT, and it's really massive out there. The content is very diverse. People are connecting to the content. I want to know, as a director, as a producer, this platform has given a lot of people a lot of opportunities. New directors coming up, new actors, new producers. How do you see this particular platform? Like, how brave is this platform, and what opportunity, according to you guys, it brings to the country, like our country, India, and the cinema that we have in our country? Take it over, guys.
I think Vikram sir would be the best to answer this question because he is the visionary in this process and he has been, I mean, he has really hammered that thought in me as well. So I would let him take it over, please.
I want to know from all you guys. So let's start.
Vishal, I think Vishal, you should start first. You've been the one who's migrated from your first film, which did so well theatrically, to now your
Yes,
second film going here, and you're doing more and more work. How does that? I think you should touch upon that.
that's a
No,
great question. I wish I would have asked that.
no, it's very exciting because the whole purpose of making this particular version for me, from my point of view, was so that it reaches a larger audience, it reaches a pan-India audience, and it reaches a global audience if that was a possibility, and that possibility is right here, right? With the OTT platform, that possibility is right here. Today, when the film releases tomorrow, it will release in 240 countries. So a
Right.
global audience is going to consume that film, and I cannot be happier, because I'm going to get reactions from all over the world, and that's going to be very interesting.
The global reactions are key. You know, Crypt already has a global fan base. I want people to discover this film who maybe wouldn't have otherwise if it wasn't on OTT. I think we have an amazing partner in Amazon Prime Video, and they're an amazing partner for many reasons, but especially the global discovery potential. So there's so many reasons I'm excited, but of everything Vishal said, that obviously stands out to me.
And what makes it special, in addition to what both Vishal and Jack have said, is that it's giving us as Indian creators the opportunity to showcase our work around the world.
Mhm.
We are in such a unique moment of time, Imran, where we have screens of all shapes and sizes, from the ones that you hold in your hand to the ones in your living room to the ones that you go out for the community experience in theaters, that the best of the world is coming to us. It's about time that we tell uniquely Indian stories that can travel. We have gifted storytellers like Vishal, writers, actors, technicians, directors who are just waiting to be discovered.
Right.
We were earlier handicapped by the fact that there were only as many films that could be made. But like I said, 2.5 hour time frame to a 20 episode time frame, you now have the ability to tell stories agnostic of regions or screens. So it is the best possible opportunity and time to be a storyteller out of India now.
Right. It's the best time to see the cinema right now, and makes us so happy to watch so much of content. We can't get over it. So my last question to you guys: the cinemas have opened up right now, and there's been a long debate in our industry right now. The cinema versus OTT. A lot of people are talking about. I'm also reading and talking to actors. I'm asking, like, what kind of content will drive, like, if we want to pull people to cinema. So I have you guys over here. I want to know, do you believe that we have to make extraordinary content for people to walk to cinema, or because the OTT exists? Or how do you guys see OTT versus cinema? How do you take it?
I don't think it's OTT versus cinema at all. I think it's OTT plus cinema. These two are not going to compete. They're not just going to coexist, but in my opinion, they're going to thrive. And I speak out of personal examples of films that we are creating, which are for bigger screen experiences, as well as content that we are creating, which are more personal, more intimate experiences for a single individual consumption or for a living room consumption. It's not going to be about the size of the film or about the genre of the film. It's going to be about a compelling story that pulls you to theaters or asks for your time and attention in your home or on your commute. At the end of the day, what viewers seek is quality, engaging entertainment. Entertainment they can relate to, they can take something out of, they can enjoy, thought provoking. That's all that will matter. Beyond that will be, of course, if there's work that involves, if there's films that involves community or celebratory or larger than life spectacles, they make for prime candidates for theatrical viewing. But that doesn't mean that it comes at the cost of wonderful stories that people would want to step out and watch. And let's not forget, going to the movies is technically our national pastime.
Right.
So I see that only growing bigger and better. And at the same time, you're going to have streaming video come into homes, come into devices, offer the best of the world. So in all, I think it's going to be such an incrementally beneficial experience for both sides.
That's true. That's true. That's right. Vishal and Jack, you want to add something to it?
I would just say I completely agree. These things don't have to be mutually exclusive. Sometimes that when you have multiple options, you can actually have 1 + 1 = 3, because people who maybe would watch OTT wouldn't go to the cinema, but you have cinema fans who still want that experience. And it's going to take great filmmakers like Vishal who know how to make something, which is how I feel about this film, that is going to be wonderful in a theater and wonderful at the premiere, but can be enjoyed very intimately at home alone if you so choose.
All right, that's rightly put. How about you, Vishal? How do you see it?
I completely agree with Vikram and Jack. Earlier, when we used to read scripts, it was, we used to read for the big screen. And now there are so many more stories. And when we read scripts, we know that, okay, this can be made now because there is a platform to showcase this small story, which is an amazing story, just that it doesn't lend itself to bigger costs and bigger budgets. But that story can still be told. So it's a very refreshing change. And very happy to have both the mediums coexist.
Oh, that's amazing. I got so many perspective right now, and I'm really happy that I got perspective, so it makes my mind clear. Thank you so much for chatting with me, guys. Chhorii's trailer looks amazing, and we are looking forward to it. And I'm sure it's gonna give us some scare, some horror, and some goosebumps. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for talking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.